Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome to the beauty of science. In this video, I'll discuss about the respiratory system, the system of taking in of oxygen and exhaling out of the carbon dioxide is called as respiratory system, and with the help of the various organs or with the help of the various parts. In this video, I'll discuss about the various parts and a little bit of their chemical composition as well. So firstly, I'll describe the parts in that diagram, and secondly, I'll describe their chemical composition. This is the nose, and this is the nose, and the nose has a nasal cavity. Nasal cavity and the oral cavity joins together and leads into the pharynx. This is the pharynx, and the pharynx is a cone-shaped structure. The pharynx enters into the larynx. Larynx is a sound box or voice box. The larynx enters into the trachea. Trachea divides into the two branches. One is called as the right bronchus and the other is known as the left bronchus. The right bronchus and the left bronchus enters into the lungs. They divide and redivide to form the bronchioles, and the bronchioles enters into the smaller sac-like structure called as an alveoli. Alveoli, or the minute sac-like structure, this is the diaphragm. So secondly, I've described all the parts, and secondly, I'll describe their chemical composition. So starting from the nose is the external visible part of the respiratory system. Respiratory system external visible part means that it is the only part that can be seen. Other parts of the respiratory system cannot be seen. They are internal. So nasal cavity and the nose is made up of bones, cartilage, and fibrofatty tissues. The external features of the nose, that is, nose is made up of ethmoid bone and cartilage. Ethmoid bone, it means the ethmoid bone. The structure of the ethmoid bone is different. In different individual. So the individuals have the different types of the noses. Nose has smaller hair-like structures, or the hair-like structures called cilia. The function, they perform two different functions. One is known as the filtration. They perform the filtration of air. It means that the harmful air that contains the dusty particle or the dusty air, that the hairs trap these dust particles and filter out the air. Secondly, they help in the defense mechanism. How they perform or how they perform their defense mechanism. The dusty air that contains the harmful pathogens, these hairs trap these pathogens and the harmful bacteria, and in this way they perform their defense. Secondly, the hairs or the nose is lined by mucus as well. Mucus is a sticky substance. And it also perform this type of function, that it helps in the filtration of air as well, and helps in the moistening of air. Underneath the mucous membrane, there are blood capillaries. These blood capillaries warm the air about 30 degrees centigrade, and in this way the external and internal temperature becomes the same. So secondly, the pharynx is the cone-shaped structure. It joins, or it leads from the oral cavity from the oral and the nasal cavity to the esophagus and larynx. Esophagus is a food pipe, so pharynx is a part of both it joins both that of the digestive system and the respiratory system. It has a dual function that joins both with the respiratory system and digestive system as well. Pharynx is a part of both the digestive and respiratory system. So third part is the larynx. The larynx is the organ of the complex structure. This is the larynx and is an organ of complex structure. It has a dual function. First, it acts as an air canal, and the secondly, it acts as an organ of voice. Composition of larynx. What is the composition of the larynx? That is the external skeleton. It is made up of external skeleton of cartilaginous plates that prevent collapse of structure. It has cartilaginous plates that prevent collapsing. So, two fibrous bands are also located in the larynx. These fibrous bands stretch horizontally across the larynx, and it has also vocal cords and the mucous membrane as well. Mucous membrane also perform the filtration of air. Thirdly, the third part is the trachea. The tube of 10 to 12 centimeter long, 10 to 12 centimeter longer tube and a width of about 2 centimeter. Its wall is stiffened by 10 to 20 horseshoe-shaped structure that are embedded in the dense connective tissues that opens towards the back and enters into the dense connective tissues. It serves as a passage for air, moist air and warm air. This trachea divides into the two smaller branches. One is called as the right bronchus and the other is known as the left bronchus. The trachea divides into the two stem branches, one for the right and for the left lung. Secondly, the right bronchus has a right bronchus. This is the right bronchus and it has the larger diameter. The right bronchus has a larger diameter as compared to that of the left bronchus. This is the right bronchus and it has the larger diameter as compared to that of the left bronchus. Structure of the bronchi resembles with that of the trachea. It also has smaller cartilaginous plates to support the wall. It divides and redivides and enters into the smaller bronchioles. Bronchioles are situated at the end of the bronchi and it terminates into the alveoli. They have a diameter of about 1 millimeter and the wall has a ciliated cuboidal epithelium. Its wall is a ciliated cilia and cuboidal epithelium. Epithelium is the outer structure as the outer membrane. Epithelium is the outer membrane of the bronchioles and it is cuboidal structure and they also have the cilia. They do not contain the cartilaginous bed or they do not contain the cartilage. They enter in small collection of air sacs known as alveoli, where the actual exchange of the oxygen and carbon dioxide occur. These bronchioles enters into the alveoli. The alveoli forms the gas exchange surface. They have a diameter of about 0.1 micrometer. Outside the alveoli, there is a dense network of the blood capillaries. Collagens and elastic fibers are also present, which allow the alveoli to expand and contract. And there is alveoli has a layer of smooth muscles as well. Here comes an end of my lecture. This is the end of the respiratory system and I have described all the parts and their chemical composition as well. So bye bye and tata. Don't forget to subscribe Beauty of Science and for the latest uploads press the bell icon.